Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues. Helps out a lot, trying to reach 1,000 subscriptions, and every subscription is appreciated, and it helps support the channel just a little bit more, so I thank you for that personally. Fantastic Four 2025 gets record-breaking runtime Marvel fans will love. Let's read into it. This is from the Direct. Marvel Studios will set new marks across the board with the release of Fantastic Four First Steps, including the new film's runtime, giving the MCU its first opportunity to show a full story highlighting Marvel's first family as the main characters. Anticipation is quickly building to see what this quartet will do under the Marvel Studios branding. Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four First Steps will have a runtime of 2 hours and 10 minutes. So, ladies and gents, that was dropped off by AMC Theaters there. They revealed it in the listing. It's official, 2 hours and 10 minutes for the Fantastic Four. This would make the 2025 MCU movie the longest Fantastic Four movie in franchise history, beating out its four predecessors. The Fantastic Four from 1994, how many of you remember that? 90 minutes, that's an hour and 30. And I believe the backstory of that film was they really just put it out to keep the rights to Fantastic Four through Marvel, so very interesting story there. The first iteration of the Fantastic Four on film was never released to the public, being depicted in 1994's The Fantastic Four, directed by Roger Corman. This film starred Alex Hyde White as Reed, Rebecca Staub as Sue, Jay Underwood as Johnny, Michael Bailey Smith and Carl Ciarfalio as Ben Grimm, The Thing, and Joseph Cope as Doom. This unreleased movie pits Reed and Doom as college friends who try an experiment after seeing a passing comet. The experiment goes wrong and Doom is presumed dead. Reed then goes to a boarding house owned by Sue and Johnny's mother, and Ben comes in as Reed's college friend. 10 years later, the same comet passes by Earth again, and the main four heroes participate in a mission on Reed's experimental spacecraft that exposes them to radiation from cosmic rays. They are later captured by Doom, who has become a villainous monarch. The jeweler is also utilized as the villain's hope to capture a diamond that was initially meant to protect the four on their mission to space. Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, 92 minutes, so about an hour and 32, serving as a sequel to 2005's Fantastic Four, which is probably the most like Fantastic Four at this point in time in history. 2007's Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer brings the entire team back for a second epic adventure, although it only uses a 92-minute runtime along with the main four heroes. And McMahon's Dr. Doom. Lawrence Fishburne joins the cast as the Silver Surfer. This film shows the four operating as a unit before Reed and Sue plan their wedding, which is eventually interrupted by the arrival of the Silver Surfer, along with the Surfer affecting the team physically, so they switch powers with one another. The Surfer heralds the arrival of Galactus, eventually capturing the Surfer. The team is forced to work alongside Dr. Doom to keep Galactus from destroying their world, but Doom betrays them as he steals the Surfer's board. Once again, Reed, Sue, Ben, and Johnny have to work together to defeat Doom, while the fate of their planet hangs in the balance. Then we have probably the most hated Fantastic Four film, the film from 2015, 100 minutes long, so an hour and 40, directed by Josh Trank. 2015's Fantastic Four attempted to deliver a more modern iteration of the titular team in a film that was marred with controversy and changes behind the scenes. Coming in to embody the core team were Miles Teller as Reed Richards, Kate Mara as Sue Storm, future Black Panther star Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm, and Jamie Bell as Ben Grimm, and Toby Cabell as Victor Von Doom. This 100-minute movie pits the four alongside each other as teenagers who eventually earn Professor Franklin Storm's attention, and he brings them to Baxter Foundation to help cultivate their genius and discover their true potential. They are tasked with helping a complete quantum gate developed by Doom, leading them to a parallel dimension in which they are granted their powers after local substances affect their genetic makeups. After Reed tries to find a cure for himself and his friends, the four become military assets and are eventually roped into a mission to rebuild the quantum gate. Doom is also on his own mission to destroy Earth in order to protect his new homeworld from future invasions, or I guess you could say incursions. Pitting himself against the Fantastic Four as the team goes back through the quantum gate in an attempt to stop Doom. And last but not least, before the new release coming out on July 25th, Fantastic Four 2005 with a runtime of 106 minutes. The Fantastic Four first came into the spotlight on the modern era of superhero movies in 2005 via director Tim Story's efforts on Fantastic Four under 20th Century Fox. Coming in with an hour and 46-minute runtime, the movie featured Lone Gruffett as Reed Richards, Jessica Alba as Sue Storm, future MCU star Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, and Michael Chiklis as Ben Grimm, and McMahon as Victor Von Doom. Once again, this film brought the titular quartet together for a spacebound mission to Von Doom, Doom's Space Center to study an influx of cosmic clouds. Those clouds come earlier than anticipated and strike the station and the team, giving the 5 main characters their powers before they return to Earth and find out about those changes. Once that realization comes through, Reed, Sue, Johnny, and Ben have to join forces as a team in the public eye, all while Victor Von Doom discovers his own power and ambition. This leads to an all-out brawl between the former friends and colleagues as Doom seeks revenge for his new reality after the accident. And with all of that being said, that leads us to the Fantastic Four First Steps with that 130-minute runtime, 2 hours and 10 minutes that we're going to be getting at the end of July. So very exciting stuff there. We've pretty much talked about the background of this film moving into the release of it on the big screen. And so, like I said, very exciting to see what they do with Fantastic Four. I'm open to it, being objective to it. Hope the film is good, but we'll see when it comes out. We'll definitely be doing some deep dives on it. We know the basic plot, right? They get their powers, Galactus arrives, Silver Surfer Shalabal comes there as well. She's probably going to arrive first, and then Galactus is going to follow. And then we know Franklin Richards is involved as well. And so this is going to be the connection, the piece that gets you into Doomsday, maybe even something for Spider-Man 4 in there, but we will just have to see. Ladies and gents, please subscribe to the channel. Share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues. Chime down below what you thought about this news. And if you're going to be watching Fantastic Four, also let me hear your thoughts on Fantastic Four and what you think this film is going to do at the box office. And if you think it's going to be good or bad, want to hear all thoughts there. We can get a good conversation going. Love to have that. Also, like this video and ring the bell for notifications for more updates on Fantastic Four First Steps. Be safe. It's Neff signing off.